What's up, you guys? So I've been seeing the media talk about all these new systems out, and a lot of times they don't even mention the Wii U. When they say the new systems, they're talking about the PlayStation 4, they're talking about the Xbox One, they're not talking about the Wii U. I was watching the latest edition of Bonus Round, and they're saying, oh, which new system won the holidays, and the Wii U was like barely mentioned. In the time that they did mention it, they were just talking about the stocks. They weren't talking about the games. They weren't talking about the fact that the Wii U currently has the best lineup of games for any next-gen console. No, none of that mattered to them. And some of that is just because, people just don't like Nintendo, don't like the direction that Nintendo goes. Just straight up Nintendo haters. But part of that reason, and actually not part, a big part of that reason for Nintendo not being mentioned with these other systems is because Nintendo allows themselves to not be mentioned with those other systems. You see, the problem is, ever since the original Wii, Nintendo has had this thing where they say, oh, well, whenever people bring up PlayStation or Xbox, Nintendo's stance on this, well, we're not in competition with them. We're a different kind of system. That actually hurts Nintendo more than it helps it. Now, on Nintendo's side, they think, oh, that's helping us because people will be like, oh, well, they're not in competition. I'll buy the PlayStation and Xbox and the Wii. Like, that's how they see it. That's how they see it. They think that if they're not in direct competition, that the consumer will just buy both. Now, that could be true, or it could not be true. But the fact is, just because a system is competing with another system doesn't mean they're not going to buy it. There's plenty of people out there that own a 360 and a PS3. There's people out there that already own a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One. Doesn't seem to be hurting Sony or Microsoft's pockets. Nintendo needs to accept the fact that they are in competition. They are in competition with the PlayStation. They are in competition with the Xbox. It's not about the graphics. You think Sony, when they came out with the PlayStation 1 and the graphics are a lot worse than the N64, did you think they say, oh, well, we're not in competition with the N64? No. All three of you sell games, video games to consumers, meaning you are all in competition. Whether Nintendo likes it or not, likes to admit it or not, you are in direct competition with Sony and Microsoft. The reason why these systems aren't a lot of times mentioned in the same breath as these other systems is not because Nintendo doesn't have the games to compete, but because Nintendo pulls themselves out of the game. You guys are in direct competition with Sony and Microsoft. The other systems are out already. We know they're all more powerful than the Wii U. Release the damn specs already. You guys are in competition. It's time to take shots. Let them know that you got the better lineup of games. Let them know that your system is cheaper. Let them know that you're the only system with backwards compatibility. Let them know that you got the lineup of some of the greatest games, if not the greatest games in history. Be more confrontational. This is a competition, Nintendo. Remember that.